What's good, y'all? So there's been reports that Charlie Kirk knew he was gonna die the day before. I don't know how valid this is, but let's tap in and see what happened.
Reports have came out that Charlie Kirk knew he was in danger the night before his death, and he did everything in his power to try to stop his unfortunate demise. Now, the report comes from Megyn Kelly. Now, Megyn Kelly apparently has sources within the family
Say
where
who? I guess that's somebody that be around.
it's confirmed that Charlie Kirk was aware that there were people plotting on his downfall and actually taking steps to ensure that he meets his demise.
And while their article about all of this hit, it was published on Monday, September 8th, it makes clear that the writer contracted for the curse in late August. She says she wanted it to line up with the new moon in Virgo, which this year meant August 23rd. That tracks because she points out in the piece that by August 24th, she was waiting impatiently for results.
An article got released on Jezebel on September 8th, 2 days before Charlie Kirk's death. Jezebel, if you guys ain't tapped in, like Jezebel is a website that's been up and down for a while now. It's been closed and brought back for years. So Jezebel is like a pro-feminist website. It's like ran by feminists. It's like a far-left website. So an article got released by one of the editors on Jezebel.
We paid some Etsy witches to curse Charlie Kirk. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Some of these people are actually weird as fuck.
Jezebel. And in this article, they wrote about how they contacted witches to put a curse on Charlie Kirk. Now, they documented like the entire process. So the article was released on September 8th, but they was putting a hex and a curse on Charlie Kirk dating back to like August 24th. Like this was a long documented process that they finally wrote about once they were successfully able to put the curse on Charlie Kirk and hired a witch that they felt comfortable with. Now, when this article got released, Charlie Kirk seen it.
This is some African ass shit. Like, they cursed him. The witch put the curse on him. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I believe in that type of stuff all the way. But let's see. Let's see what the evidence is.
His wife seen it, and they took it very seriously. And they took precaution to get rid of the curse.
The witch, they reveal, promised on August 23rd that, quote, you will see the first results within 2 to 3 weeks. This was 18 days before Charlie was killed. Not satisfied with this curse, the amped up one, alone, Jezebel reached out to a, quote, third witch, Priestess Lilin. Jezebel opined, if enough people cursed a single person, would the results be stronger? Quote, when I asked her if she'd noticed more political figures being targeted these days, she said yes. The next day, Lilin sent the Jezebel writer proof of the hex she had cast, quote, a photograph in flames, the edges slowly curling inward, engulfing Charlie's ridiculous, scrunched up little face. She whispered, I imagine, writes to the Jezebel reporter, trust the unseen. Chills, writes Jezebel.
There's no way that kind of stuff could be real, right? There's no way. They just burned a photo. Like, is it? I don't know, bro. But wouldn't they just go around cursing everybody then? Right?
Sunday, August 24th passed, writes the author, and nothing. Monday, August 25th, still nothing. Tuesday, August 26th, nothing. But then she writes, she reminded herself, this is witchcraft, not Amazon. The forces operate on their own schedule. The Jezebel writer ends the piece as follows. So, did my Etsy curses work? Time will tell. The forces move in mysterious ways. And as the priestess Lilin reminded me, spell work is a collaboration between the caster, the client, and the universe itself.
This article wasn't posted on September 8th as a, hey, look at my journey. It was posted as a rally call for other people. It was posted to say, hey, the collaboration process makes the curse a whole lot more stronger. So if you hate Charlie Kirk too, you should also hire this witch that I went through, and you put your own curse on Charlie Kirk. And eventually, if we put enough curses on him, something bad will happen.
I do believe in transfer of energy and all that, but I don't know, bro. I feel like people hate Trump, though. Aren't people out there putting spells on Trump and nothing happened to him?
Now, these people did this 2 days before his death. Now, is there a way to tell that this curse was directly responsible for Charlie Kirk's death? I don't know. There's no way to tell, right? And depending on what you believe in, you probably don't believe in voodoo. But there's a lot of people, including myself, who kind of believe in voodoo.
Yeah.
Who kind of believe that bad energy and dealing with spirits is a thing. And the fact that these people openly called for Charlie Kirk to get murdered, and then once he got murdered, they came back to put like an editorial note on the article where they're calling for his murder. So after releasing an article to rally people to put a curse on Charlie Kirk and hire a witch to put voodoo on Charlie, they then put an editorial note. After their curse was successful and Charlie Kirk died, they put, the story was published on September 8th. Jezebel condemns the shooting of Charlie Kirk in the strongest possible terms. We do not endorse, encourage, or excuse political violence of any kind. They put this note on an article where one of their editors is writing about putting a curse on Charlie Kirk and going out of their way to hire multiple witches to do harm to Charlie Kirk and encouraging other people to do so. These people know no shame. They are shameless.
For now,
I mean, the curse is kind of crazy, bro. That's something like your mad ex-girlfriend does. Like, we're grown adults. Like, why are we doing this?
only trust in the timing of the great unknown. To you, Mr. Kirk, may the rash come swiftly. 2.5 weeks after those curses were requested and cast, 2 days after Jezebel published that article, Charlie was killed by an assassin's bullet. I know what you're thinking. This is a bullshit Etsy curse. Why are we spending time on this? I'm going to get to that in a minute. Stay with me for now. After the shooting,
I was thinking that. I'm not gonna lie.
Jezebel took down the article, quote, on the recommendation of our lawyers. They underscored that the piece was meant to be humorous, intended as satire, and that they made clear they wished Charlie, quote, no physical harm, which is not the full story now, is it? At the same time, they said of the article, quote, we stand by every word, which means they did want him cursed. They wanted everyone to hate him. They wanted it to be powerful, and they wanted Charlie, quote, punished for years of regressive rhetoric. They also made clear that taking down the article was, quote, driven by an abundance of caution for our staff. In other words, they were worried about violence against them by Charlie Kirk supporters.
Yeah.
They also, they wrote, wished, quote, to avoid the piece being misused in a tense and volatile environment. There was not, they made clear, any change in their editorial judgment. In fact, they emphasized, quote, we may republish at a later date.
They play scared.
We may republish at a later date, meaning once y'all stop being so upset and stop all this cancel culture shit, they're gonna post it back. That's what I'm saying. These companies don't give a fuck, guys. They really don't care.
And then try to fake stand on business, right? Hey man, we had to take it down because we don't want no smoke. While they're also saying, yeah, we might repost a little later. Yeah, we didn't do nothing wrong. Okay, cool. If you ain't do nothing wrong, then repost it. This time around, show the name of the person who submitted that. Show the name of the person who put the curse on Charlie Kirk, who's also recruiting people to put curses on Charlie Kirk. Now listen, if you want to write a funny editorial, do your thing. But once you get to a point where you're actually seeking out witches and showing documented proof that you sought out witches, and you tried one witch and you didn't think that witch was powerful enough, so you went ahead and found another witch who's more powerful, that shows you had clear
Which is crazy. Not once, but twice.
intentions to do harm to Charlie Kirk. You had clear intentions to really take this man out.
Mm-hmm.
They then rambled on about the country's gun problem and the heated political divide in the country and free speech, noting they do not actually condone political violence. In other words, you're playing with fire, messing with this stuff. There actually are
Niggas be like, yeah, fuck Charlie Kirk. If I see Charlie Kirk, it's a wrap. And then Charlie Kirk died and they'd be like, I loved him. We don't want to incite no violence. It was never that. We loved him. Like, bro, what are we talking about?
demons in this world. Calling up the spirit world, in particular the devil's spirit world, can actually have real world consequences. It's not something to mess with.
Yeah, but the good thing is, if you know that people are able to conjure up demons and shit, and all this shit is real, then you know that God is real, right?
Christians believe this. This is dangerous. It's not a game. It's literally evil. Second, this is what I really want you all and the people at Jezebel and Etsy to know. Erica and Charlie Kirk
Can't blame Etsy though. They're just a platform. You get me? Like, that's like blaming Amazon for a product. Well, I feel it, right? Because you're still selling it on Etsy, but it's not like Etsy's like condoning it, right?
heard about these curses. And that news genuinely rattled Erica in particular. She knew Christian teaching on the subject. She loved Charlie, absolutely. And she was scared when she heard of the curses Jezebel had called up. So much so that she and Charlie contacted a friend, who I believe she said was a Catholic priest, but definitely a friend, and asked him to come over and pray with them over Charlie the night before he was murdered.
Are you serious? Now that is crazy, guys. That is crazy. Like, is this a movie?
She eventually worked it through, and so did Charlie. That, as she later told me, weapons will form but not prosper. That Satan and those witches have no power.
This is one of the situations where you sit back and you really begin to understand, man, how life works, man. Life is really all about good and evil. Think about this scenario. Think about the moment that Charlie Kirk was shot and it went out there and it went viral. Think about the mind state of two groups of people.
Mm-hmm.
The mind state of the people who posted that article, they're the evil. But think about how they were celebrating. Think about how they was cheering, how they were happy, how they couldn't believe them contacting their witch worked. And think about the mindset of people who love Charlie Kirk or his wife, who knew of this curse beforehand. Think about her mindset, right? Like, think about how she probably felt, man, did my faith let me down? Did my belief in God let me down? We brought the pastor. We took every precaution we could take. We prayed over Charlie.
It's not really the religious. It was more of like, I think it was more the social issues that got him killed. I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't think people was like, oh, yeah, that Christian guy, we're going to get him. I think once he started talking about like transgenderism, you know, black people, like social stuff, I think that's what pissed people off. Because, you know, most of the country is Christian, right? So it's like, I don't know. I just don't think that was the reason why he got knocked off. I think it was just because the social issues.
We thought we broke this curse. And think about how that evil could have almost broken her spirit. How that evil could have almost broken her belief and her faith in God.
Mm.
Now, we're happy it didn't break her, right? Because in the face of evil, you got to be strong, bro. In the face of evil, you got to be resilient. In the face of evil, you got to be fearless. Because evil aims to break you and evil aims to break your faith in God. They probably thought they broke her faith in God. because she prayed over Charlie 2 nights before. She prayed over him.
Mm-hmm.
She did everything in her power to protect Charlie.
To try to, yeah.
And when it didn't work, someone who's weak would have probably abandoned God in that moment. But credit to Erica, man, for not abandoning God, man. Because we don't know what the plan is. We don't know what God's intentions are. But what we do know, man, is whoever those evil people are, their day will come. And there will be judgment one day.
Of course, God's will is the one that matters, and his blessing over Charlie was real and palpable. All you had to do was spend time with Charlie to know that. But why torture a family like this? A Christian, believing family. Why do this vile thing to a young couple? Parents to 2 babies, living in accordance with the gospel, deeply in love. Yes, political, but doing nothing other than speaking publicly about their views and their desires to make other people's lives better. Who would do such a vile thing?
I feel it, but you got to realize too, like some of the political things that he was pushing for was literally, you know, fucking up some communities. Like, it's okay now. It's now that he's dead. It's like, oh, you know, he was just speaking politics and he was just speaking his mind. But let's be for real, guys. If I go out there, if I go outside right now, set up a table and I say, white supremacists suck, we need a black-led state. Or if I just start saying, you know, white people aren't capable, the white race is dumb, like, do you think I'm just gonna walk out of there untouched? No, they're gonna get mad as fuck. You get me? If you're gonna do politics, bro, you gotta be, I don't know, you just gotta always realize, like, niggas could kill me at any second. Like, I don't know. Me, if I was doing politics, I wouldn't go nowhere without security, and I would never in my life would I do some, like, speech or some shit outside. Literally, in my contract, I would be like, indoors only, metal detectors everywhere. If you can't do that, then I'm not coming. Facts, because it's not something to play with. You know? Not something to play with. Can't be too comfortable. Don't trust nobody. Like, I don't know.
Jezebel, that's who. And unbelievably, Etsy.
Obviously, everybody don't believe in voodoo or curses or witches, but y'all let me know in the comment section. If you do believe it, do you believe that these witches are the cause, or were they a large part of the reason why Charlie met his demise? Let me know in the comment section. What's your take on this? And if you're still watching, click on this video right here somewhere on my screen to find out.
Yeah, shout out Flock.